Hello, this is Kazuyoshi Hisano. This is a podcast program, Habit Craft for Your Future, Transforming Thoughts and Actions. So I've been talking about habits. Most of them are about the actual activity that you will take, like a do. So the topic of last week was about how to actually practice the habit that you have designed. And I received a question about, okay, that is the habit's activity habit. And what about something that is happening internally in your mind? So this person said that he has a tendency to think in a specific way in a specific occasion. So his example was like this. So in the workshop and when it is a brainstorm session, and there is a rule when you do the brainstorming to not to speak about a negative idea. And but however, it does happen in your mind. Like if you have a big idea, bold idea, or somebody may have said that, and you would feel that idea to be unrealistic, and you feel that it's a little bit difficult, or sometimes you may feel that it's impossible to do that, and you want to start to say about that, but in your mind you stop, you don't say that. So this kind of a tendency of your mind is actually existing, and some people are struggling with dealing with such kind of characteristics. So how do you manage to avoid thinking about the thing that you don't want to think, or avoid going through a specific thought process which you don't actually want to go through? So this is difficult, not easy. The reason is the actions that you take are visible, and you would easily know that whether you are implementing and practicing the habits that you have decided or not. And on contrary, if you think about what's going on in your brain, you will not know, and other people will not also know, what is actually happening in the brain. Of course, if you are a very objective person, you are able to perceive yourself from the outside, you'll be able to observe your emotion and the thoughts that is happening in your mind. But even if you are a person who is objective and will be able to think from the outside, still that is your body, that is your brain, so you'll feel hard to avoid from your own thoughts and just keep observing. So this is difficult. So there are several ways to deal with this, and the simplest one is to create an outside trigger. So if you tend to imagine that you are the manager and you are speaking, doing the 1-to-1 with your team member, and you tend to kind of usually in the 1-to-1 situation, the subordinate team member should speak a lot, but you tend to cut in and speak your own thoughts, which you really want to avoid, but that happens sometimes. And so therefore you would use a post-it or whatever piece of paper and put that on the computer. Like the assumption is that you are using the computer during the meeting, but put that on the laptop so that you can see that post-it which has a word written not to cut in or listen to the end. So if you listen to the end until she finishes, that means that you will not cut in and speak your own thoughts. So put some trigger outside. The trigger is just that you have seen it, your brain is activated, that you will need to take a specific action. So that means that not to cut in. But before that, internally in your brain, so you are already making a decision. So you are not going to start to speak. It's just that it happens before even before you take an action. And so these are the visual tricks that you can implement, and so externalize whatever activity or thoughts that you want to do or avoid, so that you will perceive it and you will not. You will start to optimize your thoughts so that you will be able to be the person who you like. And also that's number one. So externalize that trigger, which is actually in your mind, but using some piece of paper or using that on the screensaver or whatever. And the other approach is that, as I always state, it is about cognitive science and cognitive psychology. So it all starts with your goal and dream, and then your brain will identify if you are going to achieve this goal, then you should be a person like this. And because I'm a person like this, I do not kind of interrupt my team member speaking, and I will listen to the end. So that power helps you a lot. So if you speak about your character, about tend to interrupt, but you have a vivid image of being a great leader who are caring and listen to the people. So therefore, that image will fight with current your reality. And if that image is stronger, you're gonna be a good listener, and you're gonna be a person who does not interrupt, cut in, and then that will help you think things in a different way, and then you will be able to acquire that as part of your habit. So to summarize, what's going on in our brain is complicated and it's not easy for anybody to understand. However, if you again use the behaviorism approach, like trying to implement some specific action and put that on the post-it or whatever, then that has an impact to your brain, number one. And the other thing is that to think from the high level and think about the person identity, who you want to be like, and that will bring some hint to you when you are encountering the situation that you tend to act in a way that was ordinary for you. So you can start implementing a new way of thinking, new way of acting, and I think this skill to find and implement a new thing is going to be very, very, very powerful for your life. Thank you for listening, and this is end of today's program. If you like the program, please like it so that you will receive the update. And also, if you have any questions, comments, please use the podcast forum, and then I'll be able to capture that and assimilate that in my previous future speaks. Thank you for listening again, and look forward to speaking with you soon. Kazuyoshi Hisaro. Bye bye.